One of the things you see a lot of people that actually start having some success with online arbitrage do is that they want to start transitioning into wholesale way too early. You see a lot of people just crossing $100,000 in sale and talking about making the transition into wholesale because they'll be able to buy more inventory. It's going to be way easier for them to actually buy more inventory and all that stuff. And I believe that this is not true. And most people that actually start having that conversation have not even started to start scratching the surface with online arbitrage. To be honest, $100,000 in sale with online arbitrage, you are just starting to scratch the surface. You are not that deep, and it should not be too hard to actually start buying a lot of inventory just with online arbitrage without needing to go into wholesale. In my opinion, this is an argument that a lot of people that actually want to sell you wholesale programs actually telling you how to actually do wholesale on Amazon use. And in my opinion, it's way better for you to actually stay with online arbitrage than to do wholesale. So this is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to explain to you how I think about it and why I actually think this. And before we do, if you think about doing wholesale because it's easier to transition, because it's way easier to buy products, look at my guide in the description. It's a sourcing guide that is going to help you actually. This is what helped me when I started sourcing and made me actually an expert, if I can say, with sourcing. That made it easy for me, and that actually clicked for me when I actually started to want to do some wholesale. Now, there's a second link in the description, super important. If you want a one-on-one coaching, if you want to scale your Amazon business way faster, book a call with me. There's a link for that in the description. You can choose either 30 minutes or 60 minutes. You're going to save some money if you choose 60 minutes. So book a call with me. Let's scale your business. We are going to build a plan for you to actually scale your business based on your needs, based on where your business is right now, so you can avoid making the mistakes, such as the one that I personally had to make when I grow my business, when I was growing my business. That made it way longer than it could have been if I actually got a mentor. So do not make the same mistake as I did. Get a mentor, book a call, and so we can build that plan. And it's going to be way cheaper for you to actually book a call and avoid those mistakes that actually make those mistakes that are going to slow you down. So yeah, book a call, let's talk, look at my calendar, and let's talk it. Let's grow your Amazon business together. So, as I was saying, if you just crossed $100,000 in sale with online arbitrage, you are just scratching the surface, and you should not have that big of an issue to actually source products at scale, because you are not yet at scale. If you are just, like, to be honest, in my opinion, if you are under $100,000 in sale a month, you are not at scale, and you should not have any issue with ordering inventory. You are not going to be limited by the amount of inventory that you can buy, because if you buy from and this is why I say you haven't scratched the surface yet, because if you really look at a lot of websites, if you really actually placed big orders on a lot of websites, you would have known that there's actually a lot of websites that want your money and that do not care if you actually resell products, okay? A lot of websites are going to let you buy huge quantities without canceling your orders. Yes, some websites are going to cancel your orders, but just stop working with them and start working with websites that actually let you place 10 orders in a row without canceling, or that actually lets you buy huge quantity. And even if, like, you do not necessarily need to place 10 orders in a day to actually make it with online arbitrage. If you make $100,000 a month, okay, and I'm talking a month, not even just crossing $100,000 lifetime, but if you are making $100,000 a month, it means that you are probably having like $3,000 in sales a month, 3,000 something, okay? 3,000 something sales, 3,000 something in sales a day, okay? Which means that every single day you should spend like around $1,500. And let me check my calculation actually to make sure that I am right with this. So 1,500 times 30 should be around 50,000, so it's 45,000, of course, but 100,000 divided by 30 is 3,323, which means that you should actually, let's divide it by 2, you should spend around $1,600 a day in inventory. It's not a huge amount. Okay, it's not a huge amount, and it is easily doable if you have a big enough lead bank. And if you actually want to learn how to build a lead bank, get my sourcing guide in the description. You're going to have leads every single day. It's going to help you a lot with sourcing. But what I'm saying is that you are trying, like, wholesale is a whole other beast. And so you think that wholesale is going to be easier. It is not going to be easier. And you are probably not at you are not at a scale which actually makes sense to, if you want to scale fast with wholesale. And online arbitrage is going to be easier to scale, because with online arbitrage, you can still go decently wide in between categories and product and all that stuff, brands, and a mistake is not going to cost you as much as with wholesale. With wholesale also, most of the time your profit margins are going to be way lower than if you were to do online arbitrage. Okay, with wholesale, you are going to need to open accounts, and if you do not spend a lot of money, if you do not have a relationship with your wholesaler, with your account manager, you are not going to get the best price. You are not going to, like, it's a different ball game. You're not going to get the best price. You are not necessarily going to have the stock allocation, because other people that have way more money than you are going to take everything from you. The good thing with online arbitrage is that if you know how to actually run this business, you are playing on a level field, okay? Because nobody is going to bet better pricing than you it's just your skills. With wholesale, it's not only about your skills, it's about who you know and what relationship you have with those people and how much money, and then you actually make those people happy and you build great relationship with them by spending a lot of money with them. This is not going to be able, you are never going to be able to do this if you are just starting, and it actually takes time to develop. So yes, you should actually start trying to open accounts here and there, trying to place orders here and there when you have great opportunities, but it is not going to be that easy to actually build that business to the same level, because you are going to get destroyed by other people that are actually doing wholesale as well, that have been doing wholesale and that have way more competitive offers than you, that can buy way deeper on inventory, that can that just have a bigger bankroll than you. So build your bankroll with online arbitrage. Doesn't mean that you should not look at all at wholesale, but wholesale is not going to be easier. If you think that wholesale is going to be easier, it's not. There's a lot of things that you are not thinking about yet, such as these. As I was saying, with online arbitrage, you are going to play on a level field, okay? Nobody is going to be able to cut under your price, because if you can optimize stuff, so you are one of the people that have the cheapest price on a product, okay? You can do it, and most people are not going to be able to get products way cheaper than you. With wholesale, it's not going to be the case, as I said, okay? Because people have better relationship with you, they have better account than you, and so they are going to cut you up, okay? You are already having issues to find profitable products with online arbitrage because you are not able to dig deep enough, okay? You really think that it's going to be easier with wholesale? Nobody's actually telling you about this, but no, it's not going to be easier with wholesale, okay? Yes, on paper, it looks like it's easier because you can place huge orders in one click, not even one click, but just by calling the account manager, you can just place one huge orders, and that's it, you're done for the day, okay? And trying to sell the illusion that wholesale is easier is dumb, in my opinion, because it's really not. And doing this is deceiving, to be honest. It's really not easier. It is not easier. Okay. Yes, it is easier once your business is developed. It's less logistic to actually place order, all that stuff. But as I said, you're gonna get you want to talk about, because people talk about the competition with online arbitrage, blah blah blah. The competition, yes, maybe there's less competition with wholesale, but the competition is way more cutthroat, and this is what you should be worried about, okay? You are not ready yet to compete with those guys. You are not ready yet to compete with guys that place $100,000 purchase orders every 2 weeks. You are not able to compete with these guys, okay? These guys are your competition. You are not going to be able to compete with a relationship with a great wholesaler. if you spend $10,000 every 2 weeks, you spend $20,000 every month. You are never going to be able to compete with those guys. Not only this, but the product lead time. Sometimes you need to buy in advance, and you are going to need to sit on you. So you are going to have your cash tied into a specific, like with a specific wholesaler for like maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks before, because you order the products before they actually receive it. And so it starts getting a little bit hard. Like the worst thing in this business is to have your cash tied in one place. And so if you do not have a huge bankroll, yes, it's good. You can place a $20,000 order with this supplier. But at the end of the day, if your money is stuck with this, it's way better for you to do online arbitrage. In my opinion, stick with online arbitrage. Yes, open an account here and there. If you can find a product wholesale that you've been selling online with online arbitrage, go with it. There's no reason why you would not go with it. But as I was saying, it really, wholesale is not easier. Stop thinking that wholesale is easier. It's not. It's not. You are going to get fucked in the ass by some guys that have way better stacks, way bigger stacks than you. That's the main thing. Stop thinking that online arbitrage is harder. It's not. Online arbitrage is easy mode. Okay, wholesale is not easy mode. You really need wholesale. You really need to develop relationship. It's really more like a traditional business, and it's going to be a little bit harder to do. Wait a little bit, build your capital, build your ability to place huge, way bigger order than what you are used to do right now, and once you have the money, make the move to wholesale. But your time is not. No, your time to move to wholesale is not. No, try to open some accounts, and yeah, just start this way. But the big money with wholesale is made when you have a lot of money to spend. This is when it actually becomes interesting. You just have $30,000 to spend a month. This is not interesting. This is not interesting enough for them. Okay, it is not interesting enough to actually play, because there's levels. There's levels with it. Okay, and you are not at the level at which it is interesting. In my opinion, stick with online arbitrage. Stick with OA, and build your capital up until it actually makes sense and you're actually competitive, because there's no reason, like the way I do things, I never do things halfway. So if you want to go all in, and wait for it to actually make sense to be able to go all in. That's it for today's video. If you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon, watch these videos on the screen right now, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.